Hi, Manish this side, and you are with Technical Guide. So, in our today's video, we will be discussing about permissions in SharePoint Online. Okay. Also, if you have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe as we will be regularly uploading the videos on SharePoint, Exchange Online, and Active Directories, etc. So, let's get started. We have already logged into your in our Office 365 account, and in our previous videos we have learned how to create team sites and community sites in SharePoint. So today we will learn how we can manage permissions in team site and in community sites, etc. Okay, so we have already opened our team site, and the simplest way to add permissions in team site is by just inviting the members to our team site. For inviting the members, just click on this setting icon, and there you will see an option of site permissions. Just click on this option, and then you will see an option of invite peoples. Click on this option, and then you can add members to group, or you can just share sites only. It's up to you. If you want to add that members to this team sites group, you can choose this option, or if you only need to share sites with them, you can click on this option, and then you can enter their email ID or their name. Okay, and then you can you can add members to this team site. Here you can also manage the permissions, as by default it has assigned edit permission. You can click on this edit permission. You can assign read only permission, or you can assign full control permissions to this particular member. So it is one of the simplest way of adding members and assigning permissions in SharePoint team site. Okay, also we will learn from where we can manage the team groups, where we can see the team groups and other permissions. For that, click on this site permissions again, and there you will see a member of advanced permission settings. Now you can see in our team site there are already we have already when we have created the team site, with that team site, three groups has already been created. In these three groups, we can assign members, and based on the permissions in these three groups, they will be able to edit or read, or will have full control on these websites. Okay, so we can also see permission levels by clicking on this permission level button, and you can see there are 5 permissions: full control, design, edit, contribute, and read. In full control, an person will have full control over the sites. In design, he can add, update, delete, approve, and customize. With edit permission, he can edit and delete lists, can view, add, update, and delete list items and documents. With contribute, he can add, update, and delete list items and documents. And with read permission, we can view pages and read list items and download documents. So by default, the SharePoint developers have already customized these permissions. In full control, he has already given you with full control, you will already get all these permissions, like you can manage lists, you can override list behavior, you can add items, and there are several other permissions. You can manage all of them from there. So in full control, they have already assigned you full control. If you need to modify that permission, means in full control you don't want them to manage list, then you can just uncheck this option, and then you can click on save button. Okay, with that you will be able to customize that full control permission, but it is not recommended, as you will be mash up with them, as there are a lot of permissions. Overall there are 33 permissions, and if you are modifying these permissions in future, you won't be able to check what you have done with these permissions. So if you need to create a new permission with some customizable roles, then it is recommended to create a new permission by clicking on add a permission level. From there you can create a new permission, like I am creating read only permission. I have given it the name read only. Okay, now I will see in this read only permission what I will be able to do. There I can assign, I can view items. Okay, and then in our site permissions, I am I have assigned view pages. He will be able to open, and that's all. I have given these permissions. You, if you need to add more permissions, you can just check these boxes, and then click on create button, and you will be able to see here a new permission that you have just created will be visible. Okay. So it's all about permissions and creating custom permissions. Uh, okay. So let's now discuss about SharePoint permission hierarchy. In SharePoint, as we all know, there is a site collections, and as the name suggests, in site collection there are multiple sites, and in a site you will have lists and library documents, and in list and library documents you have some items, and in items you will have some columns. Okay, so if you have a permission in site, and you have created a subsite in that particular site, then permissions of this site will be inherited to that subsite. Let's actually practically see what I want to say. So let's go back to our Teams site. So it's our Teams site. Now we will go to site content. In our site content, we will click on subsites. From subsites, we will click on new. We will click on new subsite, and then we will give name to that site. I am giving it team subsite. Okay, if you need to give description, you can give. There I am giving team subsite. Okay, and from there I can select the template. In this you can select team site with no Office 365 group, or you can select team site with classic experience. So in our case we will be choosing classic experience with the team site. And see, now there are permissions, user permissions. Use the same permissions as the parent site, means the permissions that you have in your team site will all be reflected to your newly created subsite. Okay, so if you need to create, you can choose this option if you want those permissions to be same in the subsites also, or if you need to create, if you want unique permissions for this subsite, you can just choose this option. Okay, and then you can choose display the site on the quick launch, display the site on the top link bar. Yes, use the top link bar from the parent site. Okay, so you can choose these options and then click on create button. Okay, now it's all done. Now see, as you have created unique permissions, so it will ask you create a new group. With this, a new group will be created with the name team subsite visitors, team subsite members, and team subsite owners. If you choose use an existing group, then you can choose from these existing groups. Okay, so in my case I am selecting create a new group. From there, create a new group, and then create a new group and click on OK button. Okay, so now we are in team subsite, and if we go to our site permissions, if we go to site permissions, we will be seeing groups that we have just created. We have created team subsite members, team subsite owners, and team subsite visitors. We have created these three groups, and in our team site, the groups are with the name team member, team owner, and team visitors. Okay, in our subsite, groups name are different, as we have created different different groups. Also we can check permissions for some particular users by just typing their email id, and it will tell you what permissions a user have in this particular subsite. Also you can grant permissions from there. I am granting in my case to Praveen Dikshit. Okay, and then you can click on show options and see, you will be able to see where you want to add Praveen Dikshit. You want to add to team subsite group, team subsite owners group, or team subsite visitors group. Okay, along with that there are some other permissions as per your requirement. You can just select. Okay, in my case I am selecting team subsite visitors, and then I will click on share button. Okay, so Praveen Dikshit has already we have already assigned permissions to Praveen Dikshit, and now you can see here the website has unique permissions. Okay, so it's all about subsites. In subsites, how we can assign unique permissions. Along with subsites, now there are lists and libraries. So our main focus in this will be on now lists and library. So in by default in lists and libraries, you will have same permissions as there are in the site. Means if someone has permission to edit site, he can edit list and documents library also. Okay, but we can modify that permissions. Now we will see how we can do that. For that, what you will need to do, just click on these documents. Okay, from documents you will be able to see the documents that are there, and from these documents you will need to click on these three dots, and from these three dots you will see an option of manage access, and then you will need to click on this advanced tab. And now see, the document inherits permissions from its parent. Okay, so if someone has permissions to view or edit in team site, then he can view and edit in documents libraries items also. Okay, we can also click on stop inheriting permissions. If we do so, we will click on this option, stop inheriting permissions, and we can click on OK. And now see, the documents has unique permissions. Okay, now we can grant permissions to someone. Just click on this, and you can add the team email IDs to whom you want to assign permissions. And see, now you can give him edit permission, full control, contribute, read, that permissions, and I am assigning read, and click on share. Okay, so with this we can just play with the settings in documents also. So it's all about the settings in SharePoint. In our upcoming videos we will see more about it. Thank you.